So, two world leaders interrupting vacation to deal with crises in Iraq. British Prime Minister David Cameron, well, he cut his holiday short and came home to London. President Obama addressed the execution of James Foley from Martha's Vineyard. Then, as Geraldo just mentioned, went back to play golf. We should note that Cameron did return to his vacation in Cornwall today. Well, the president's action's not going over well with a lot of people, including some surprising ones now. New York Times columnist Ross Douthat, who tweeted, "Struggling to reconcile my belief that critiques of presidential hobbies, vacations are stupid, with my annoyance at Obama's golfing today." And Politico's Dylan Byers wrote this: "I usually dismiss the Obama golfs as the world burns critics. I find his decision to golf today somewhat baffling." Guy Benson is political editor for townhall.com and a Fox News contributor. Bernard Whitman is a former pollster for Bill Clinton and CEO of Whitman Insight Strategies, and they are my guests. All right, when you have the New York Times and Politico, for that matter, Bernard, being angry about this optic of President Obama coming and talking about the beheading of an American citizen and then going out and laughing it up on the golf course, how do you rectify that image in the minds of Americans?
Well, I don't. You could add me to the list of people that wish that he had stayed indoors. I think it would have been a great time for the president to be out of the camera, indoors. I don't debate that he deserves a vacation. We all deserve a vacation, but the optics actually look pretty bad. And I think that what the president said yesterday made a lot of sense. I actually have to disagree with Geraldo. We are not at war with ISIS. I don't think having bellicose declarations like that do any good at all. In fact, elevate ISIS to a level that they're not at. But I wish the president had stayed off the golf course yesterday.
Well, you know, Guy, I think so many Americans now, even supporters of President Obama, as you can see, frustrated with him going off and playing golf. I mean, is there just a complete disconnect, or what is it?
There is, and I don't think the White House cares at this point. And Ross Douthat is a right-of-center columnist. He's by no means a reactionary. Ezra Klein, a liberal blogger, was also critical of the president going out and golfing immediately after making the statement about the beheading of a U.S. citizen by this terrorist group. And the night prior to that, Dana Perino, our very own, made a prediction on Twitter that yesterday President Obama would finally take a break from golfing. If she had made a bet, she would have lost that bet. There is a huge optics disconnect. They are tone deaf. They don't care. They know the criticism's out there. They do it anyway. And I just can't help but wonder what message that sends. And I say that, Gretchen.
Well, yeah, go ahead, Guy.
I was going to say, I say it as someone who is often a conservative who pushes back against the sort of hackneyed attack on Obama that he golfs too much or he vacations too much. I don't like those types of criticisms, but come on, there's a limit.
Well, Bernard, I mean, if you were advising the president, I mean, is anybody advising the president, I guess would be my question right now, about how it looks to the American people? It's one thing to go on vacation and have a good time and relax. Everyone understands that that needs to happen when you are the leader of the free world. But you are the leader of the free world, for God's sake. And an American just had his head chopped off. I just don't get it.
Hey, look, I think that the president's obviously getting advice, and I think that he, frankly, made a wrong optical decision. I think that the practical matter is we have to remember we did try to rescue this guy. It was unfortunate that that rescue attempt didn't work out. I think it makes sense that we disclose that, in fact, because the American people need to know that we try to do everything we can. Sometimes these rescue missions don't work out. We managed to rescue people in 2009 and 2012. We got Osama bin Laden. But I agree that the optics on this look pretty bad for the president.
All right. You guys are in agreement on this one. Guy, Bernard, we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gretchen.